I built DanTDM a real-life diamond Minecraft sword.
That is sick. This has to be computer, right?
Now I know what you're thinking. Why did he do this? How did he even pull it off?
To the end. It's ridiculous.
Let me explain and let's start from the beginning. DanTDM is one of the biggest Minecrafters in the world and has been on the platform for over a decade. But even after all them years on Minecraft, there's still the one thing he's missing.
A real-life diamond Minecraft sword.
So we're gonna make him one. So here's my plan.
Step 1, design the sword. Step 2, it needs to look amazing. And 3, we need to deliver it to Dan, which is easier said than done.
This is a huge task, so I need some help, so I make a few phone calls. This is Selena. She's a pro graphic designer and helped me design the Prime mascot in my other video. She's also my fiance, so I forced her to do this. So with the design now complete and all the materials ordered, it's time to get on with building.
So this has cost me an absolute fortune, so you best subscribe. No, seriously, you should subscribe though, because it has cost me a lot of money.
So I start building the sword out of foam with a pipe in the middle for structure, and Selena decides to make resin diamonds for details.
We've got real Minecraft diamonds. Look, we've made real Minecraft diamonds.
So with the base of the sword now complete, it's on to add the LEDs, but something isn't quite right at this stage, which will cost us massively as you find out later on.
So the construction of the sword is basically done now, and we're filling in all the gaps with a quick seal, which we'll sand later, and then it's on to the painting.
Little did we know everything would come crashing down, and this was the beginning of the end.
So the paint is now dry, but we've got a massive problem. As you can see from the sword here, the sword, it hasn't worked. It doesn't look like a diamond. So we're gonna have to redo this because we can't give this to DanTDM and redo this entire thing.
So the foam sword didn't work. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board and start again. Nothing is gonna stop us from delivering this sword to DanTDM. So we came up with a new plan, a resin diamond Minecraft sword. To do this, we'd have to make a mold out of these, as you can see here, and pour resin into it, which would make it look like a real life diamond. Just one problem with that though, I've never worked with resin in my life, and this could end in disaster. So we've completed the mold. It's time to start pouring it in. Any leaks and we're in a world of trouble as this starts to fill up. This could completely destroy my floor, even the house. Then this happens.
There's leaking out the side there.
Then we need to fix that. We need to find a way to fix that.
So the seals on the resin were leaking and resin was going everywhere, so we had to empty it all back out and do it all again.
So we had an absolute massive disaster. There was leaks happening with the sword and everything, but we've kind of done it as best we can. We've glued it all together and we've just got to wait for it to cure. Fingers crossed this works.
So we've waited 24 hours. It's time to see if this has actually worked.
This is very hard. It's completely like molded on.
How the hell am I going to get this off?
So the resin has leaked and made everything completely stuck to the molds.
Because...
Oh my god.
So in order to get this out of the mold, I spend the next several hours cutting, heating, pulling and everything to get it actually out of the mold without damaging it. Nearly slicing my finger off in the process. After several hours, it's now out of the mold, the lights are working, all that's left is to do the hilt, painting, and then finally find a way to deliver this to DanTDM, which is easier said than done.
So we've basically finished spraying now. As you can see, we've got to wait for this to dry, and as soon as it's dry, we'll add the details, and then we've got the dilemma of taking this and surprising DanTDM with it.
We now add the finishing touches. We remove the leather from the old sword and add it to the diamond hilt we've just put on the new one.
So we finished up the hilt, now we've got leather around, we've still got to do some sanding, and then we've got to track down DanTDM to deliver him his custom sword. But it's looking good so far. Look at that, how cool is that? Woo.
So with the sword now complete, we have the impossible task of tracking down DanTDM. We start by emailing his management company, then we take to Twitter, then we take to his Discord, we then try Reddit, and after a few days of waiting, we still have had no reply. But then we have this breakthrough.
So we just heard that Dan is filming his new TV shows here in the UK. So we're on our way to try and surprise him with the sword, because we can't really miss this opportunity to try and surprise him.
So this journey is going to take us 4 hours in total, and there's no guarantee he's even there or even if we can get in, but we can't afford to miss this opportunity. We've worked too hard not to give him this sword.
There it is, look. There it is. This is the place.
I can see.
This is the place. Oh, it looks like they've got security at the door. I don't know how we're going to do this, but it looks like they've got security with it. So I'll pull up and see if we can try and blag our way in now, but they've got security with there, look. But that's the place.
With security now standing in our way, I have to try and convince him to let us in to give him this sword.
Hiya. Yeah, we're here just to have a look around. We want to talk to someone about looking at the studios and stuff. Lewis. We haven't booked an appointment or anything.
All right, please. I know the management are in the times that you've got to book. Best thing you do, you want to pull over, I'll give it Tom's email address. saying.
Yeah, that's alright.
Disaster has struck. We drove all our way and couldn't even get in to even see him, let alone give him the sword.
We put so much time and effort into this, it's just very difficult at the moment, and it's, you know, we've done one sword, failed, we've built another sword, we're trying absolutely everything to get hold of DanTDM. He could be inside that building right there and we can't even get to him, and waiting outside isn't a question because the security guard will just move us on and there's no guarantee. So I think we're gonna have to go back to the house, try something different, because we've got to get this sword to him.
We may not have been able to give him the sword there, but I still have one more trick up my sleeve. How many times have we peacefully been building a base on Minecraft and a creeper comes along and destroys everything, destroying all our hopes and dreams? And that's what's happening right now in real life. A creeper is trying to destroy my dreams. Well, no more. We're not having it. We have the diamond Minecraft sword. No longer will these creepers destroy our dreams. We have accomplished what we set out to do, but there's one thing still left, and that's getting this sword to DanTDM. And this is where my plan really comes into play, as this really is the last option.
So in order for Dan to get this sword, he needs to at least see the video or one of my posts, and that's where I need your help. Like the video and comment on it, that way it's more likely to be recommended to Dan. And if you go onto my social media posts and tag Dan in one of my Twitter posts, you get bonus points. I'll even select some people to have some diamonds sent to them in the next video. So let's get Dan to see this once and for all.